These are the words of the teacher,
King David's son,
who ruled in Jerusalem.
Everything is meaningless, says the teacher. Completely meaningless. What do people get for all their hard work under the sun? Generations come, generations go, but the earth never changes. The sun rises, the sun sets, then hurries to rise again. The wind blows south, the wind blows north, and around it goes, blowing in circles. Rivers run into the sea, but the sea is never full. The water returns again to the rivers and flows out again. Everything is wearisome beyond description. No matter how much we see, we are never satisfied. No matter how much we hear, we are not content. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. Some people say, here's something new, but actually, it's old. Nothing is ever truly new. We don't remember what happened in the past, and in the future generations, no one will remember what we are doing now.
I, the teacher, was king of Israel, and I lived in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to search for understanding and to explore by wisdom everything being done under heaven. I soon discovered that God has dealt a tragic existence to the human race. I observed everything going on under the sun, and really, it is all meaningless. Like chasing the wind. What is wrong cannot be made right, and what is missing cannot be recovered. I said to myself, look, I am wiser than any of the kings who ruled in Jerusalem before me. I have greater wisdom and knowledge than any of them. So I set out to learn everything from wisdom to madness and folly. But I learned firsthand that pursuing all this is like chasing the wind. The greater my wisdom, the greater my grief. To increase knowledge only increases sorrow.
I said to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. So I said, laughter is silly. What good does it do to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine. And while still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. In this way, I tried to experience the only happiness that most people find during their brief life in this world. I also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself and for planting beautiful vineyards. I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of delicious fruit trees. I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. I also owned large herds and flocks, more than any other king who had lived in Jerusalem before me. I collected great sums of silver and gold, the treasure of many kings and provinces. I hired wonderful singers, both men and women, and had beautiful concubines. I had everything a man could desire. So I became great, greater than all who had lived in Jerusalem before me. And my wisdom never failed me. Anything I wanted, I would take. I denied myself no pleasure. I even found great pleasure in hard work, a reward for all my labors. But as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere.
So I decided to compare wisdom with foolishness and madness. I thought wisdom is better than foolishness, just as light is better than darkness. For the wise can see where they are going, but fools walk in the dark. Yet I saw that the wise and foolish share the same fate. Both will die. So I said to myself, since I will end up the same as the fool, what's the value of all my wisdom? this is all so meaningless. For the wise and the foolish both die. The wise will not be remembered any longer than the fool. In the days to come, both will be forgotten. So I came to hate life. Because everything done here under the sun is just so troubling. Everything is meaningless, like chasing the wind.
I came to hate all my hard work here on earth, for I must leave to others everything that I have earned. And who can tell whether my successors will be wise or foolish? Yet they will control everything. Everything I have gained with skill and hard work. How meaningless. So I gave up in despair, questioning the value of my hard work in this world. Some people work wisely with knowledge and skill, and then must leave their fruits and efforts to those who haven't worked at all. This too is meaningless, a great tragedy. So what do people get in life for all their hard work and anxiety? Their days of labor are filled with pain and grief, and even at night their minds cannot rest. It is all meaningless.
So I decided there's nothing better than to enjoy food and drink. And to find satisfaction in work. Then I realized that these pleasures, they are from the hand of God. For who can eat or enjoy anything apart from Him?
God gives wisdom, knowledge, and joy to those who please Him. But if the sinner becomes wealthy, God takes the wealth away and gives it to those who please Him.
This too is meaningless, like chasing the wind.